Okay guys, hello and welcome to this second round match between Trinity College and the Maynooth University B team. Myself and Cardinal are here to guide you through this match. Cardinal, how are we doing?
Not doing too bad, Ferrex. Yourself? You keeping well?
Yeah, pretty good, same old, same old. Into college, back home onto CS.
Absolutely.
So, we're just waiting for this match to begin between Trinity and Maynooth. Looks like it's going to be played on Inferno. Video has already been done. So we're just waiting for the GoTV broadcast to start, and then we're going to get into it as soon as we can. But we're going to have a little bit of a discussion first about possibly who to watch out for in this game, who has the potential to pop off, and possibly pick our winners here. So for me, I think, given that they came second last year and the dominance they showed over UCD in their previous round game, I'm going to have to favour Trinity going into this one. They are looking very, very strong, a good team. Ekip Rice, of course, in that IGL position, he has an awful lot of experience in the game, so he's certainly one to watch out for. A good fragger as well as a good leader, and God of Fire as well, not too bad. He dropped 30 kills in the last game against UCD, but all 5 members from the Trinity team very strong. The Maynooth team in comparison, however, they did lose their previous game to the NCIA team, but that of course does feature the man himself, that is Cinder, so shouldn't write them off just yet, but I know I'm definitely going to have to favour Trinity going into this one.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Nice little bit of history going on between these players, especially last year. Trinity coming up strong could bring it all the way, unfortunately. But I think just for the sake of the show, I'm actually going to go with Maynooth this time, see if they can pull one out of the bag. It is Inferno. We're going to be jumping into Inferno quite soon, I believe. Everyone's on the server, almost ready to go.
Yeah, we're just waiting on both teams to ready up. Maynooth have already ready up, so we're just waiting on Trinity at the moment.
Yeah, they're starting to ready up now, so we should be momentarily into the game.
No worries there, but yeah, definitely could make a game of it, Maynooth Crusaders, if they have prepared for Inferno. You have to wonder how the veto went for them, if they're happy with it, or whether or not they've no practice and they might just try and pug it out. But
yeah, absolutely, anything can happen.
Absolutely anything can happen, especially when you have players like Ekip in the server. You never know. But Zerfer as well, I played with him a few times, and he's a bit of a player himself. He knows how to play this game. But it looks like we're just waiting on one more player now, actually, from the Trinity side to ready up, and then we're going to get into this. But I, for one, am very, very excited to see how this goes. Trinity, of course, winning their last game over UCD, so yeah, actually here we are now, so warm-up's ending, so into the
Knife
game
round
here.
in we go.
Knife round, off we go. To decide who's going to start on what side. And the first pistol will be very, very telling, I think. Now obviously with the recent changes we've all made to the starting economy, it won't have as much an impact as it would have previously perhaps, but here we go now. First damage being dealt by Trinity, 2 kills for them. Her with the trade, but it's just Zerfer left now. 45 HP has already been right clicked, and 4 Trinity players chasing him down.
It's looking a bit grim for Zerfer here. I think we're going to be going to Trinity's side pick. Yep, there we go.
Zerfer finds one, but team kill from Ekip at the end, but nonetheless Trinity sealed it out, so let's see if they decide to stay or if they're going to switch over to the CT side. They should stay, I would think, possibly. Good T
well,
side.
like you said, you mentioned with these new economy changes to the pistol, the pistol round isn't as impactful as it used to be, but given that it is a best of one, it's going to be very important for them to try and pick it up.
Those best of ones really have that upset potential. Best of threes, you kind of get to see, who has the bigger map pool, the deeper map pool. But best of ones, yeah, Trinity. Also, Trinity elect to switch their sides, so they're going to start on the CT side, and Maynooth will be coming into this game starting on the T side. So here we go, first pistol round, and let's see what the buys are going to be like. 2 sets of armor for Maynooth so far, make that 3. It's me picking up the kit for the CT side. 2 flashes on him as well, 4 sets of armor for the rest of them. But Maynooth, interestingly, 5 sets of armor for them, so they might just be electing for a fast play. It looks like they're going to head towards the A apartment side of the map. Could just be a waterfall out of the apartments, but Ekip awaits in the middle. Gonna try and find something, but all 5 players going through apartments. Beast from the east now, down to him. Gets tagged up, 86 HP, needs to get out of here, but Tim's going to take him down with a nice headshot. And we have no sound, I've just realised. That's my mistake. Sorry for that, but bomb does go down. Ekip, nice headshot there onto Silius Unicorn to find him, and now into a 3 versus 4. Good trade from Boober, but kills all going for Maynooth right now. Finally finds the backwards Zerfers there with the trade, and now it's Godfire left in a 2 versus 1. Finds the first headshot onto Boober, and it's just Zerfer left now. Holds from pitch trying to finish this out, and finds the headshot onto Godfire. Good round from him there. 2 kills. And pistol round goes in favour of Maynooth Crusaders.
Looks like Maynooth have given themselves a fighting chance going into the first half of this map. Got a little bit sketchy there towards the end, but Maynooth managed to bring it back, and that duel didn't go the way of Trinity. Bomb planted as well, it wasn't looking likely, but now going into round 2, and we do see, again with these economy changes now, we do see 2 rifle by, 3 SMGs on the side of Maynooth, so they're going to be looking to hang on to those rifles and not get too close to the pistols. Trinity opting for just the basic buy here, 157, 2 P250s, and going to play this one a little bit slowly. But they have gotten control of Banana. Molotov's coming in. And that is actually all their utility used up now already, so just that one Molotov. Ekip is after coming into a little bit of contact play here towards mid. And one's gonna fall. Silly's Unicorn has gone down. Oh, it looks like Maynooth, they're just gonna take control of the bomb site. The bomb is going down. Only Fanny left on the side of Trinity. It looks like they're gonna pick up a second round. So, again, as we touched on previously, these new economy changes, how do you think the next buy is gonna come out for Trinity Ferrets? Are they gonna force it up and try and get themselves on the board? Or do you think we're gonna see them play it safe?
No, they're gonna force it in this one, I'd say. They do have the money, yeah, and there we go, here we go, the rifles coming out now for the Trinity side. So our first gun round here, 4 M4A4s and 1 M4A1S, but a very convincing round there from Maynooth. Only 1 player going down on their side. 3 AKs now, and Tin holding on to the UMP, but 5 rifles for Trinity, so they're going to be hoping to shut down this third round and get themselves on the board. Soulless Unicorn just holding to mid, finds the contact that it's me, tagging them up a little bit of info. He's got a good position there on top of Banana, good smoke down as well, denying the Maynooth side on a lot of information, and it's me going to push up now, and that enables some of the other Trinity players to rotate onto the A side. They're going to have a very strong hold if Maynooth try and hit this site now. Got a fire holding towards mid. He should be the one to make first contact here. It's me still holding top and on. He didn't push the whole way down behind that smoke. Fear of being punished for it, perhaps. Nonetheless, not a lot of map control at the moment for Maynooth. Ekip gonna take first contact with Tin. A little bit slow on the reaction now. The rating's possibly blocking his vision, but Tin down to 65 HP and still no damage done to the Trinity side. Beast from the east, playing from that pit area, finds one. Ekip with the second. Beast to find the third kill, and Ekip, great duo there from Ekip and Beast from the east to shut down this A push, and Fanny with the final kill onto Boo. A very, very convincing round there from Trinity. Not a single man going down, and very little damage taken as well. Ekip and Beast from the east, that great hold down the A side. Pit and prop side split, 2 kills each, and Maynooth not able to get anywhere.
Yeah, and what was interesting there was that it was a very slow round starting off. We saw Maynooth kind of take a bit of a default spread. They got a little bit of control on Banana towards T-Ramp. They moved towards apartments, but from what I see, it looks like they kind of used up all their utility and then had nothing left to get themselves onto the bomb site. But
that nade sack on the Banana.
Yeah, huge damage coming out onto the Silliest Unicorn as well. He's going to take the brunt of that to his face. And just these pistols now. Not very hopeful to see what Maynooth can pull out of the bag. But it looks like it is going to be the 5-man push up and on him. There is only 2 CTs on the B bomb site, but that Molotov is going to slow them down quite a bit. And Trinity have got to realise something is up at this point now. The information from the other teams, the rotate is coming in already. Here comes It's Me and Godfire. Bomb is going to be dropped.
2 players, but Boober's out with the trade. All of a sudden, this B bomb site is a little bit open, but he keeps there to close it out.
And he's not going to miss that shot.
No, not in a million years. So, 2 kills going in favour of Maynooth. Not bad at all. Decent eco, but no bomb plant, so they're not going to have an awful lot of utility this round. Silas Unicorn left down to the UMP. Just fine, picks up an AK-10. Hold on to the UMP, but they do manage to grind a decent bit of utility. Zerfer is a little bit low, but this Trinity side now, full utility, kits on 4 of the players and head armor as well, so they're pretty well equipped to deal with any sort of pushes here. But Maynooth slowing things down, just waiting to see if Trinity are going to try anything fancy, any sort of aggression. It's Me playing very, very passive on the B side, hiding second oranges, but Beast from the East sees the gun tip. He's going to crawl out, find the easy kill on Zerfer, catches him looking the wrong way. And we're down into a 5 versus 4. Trinity making their lives that bit easier. 3 men now walking up Banana. Bomb is still back in T-spawn, so someone's either going to go back and retrieve that, but look at this, Fanny rotating onto the B side. That's 3 players there now for Trinity. But Maynooth still holding back, very, very passive. Banana starting to make their way up mid now. Looks like we could see an A side here, which is definitely the right call, but Fanny already going back to support Ekip. Good flash from him to hold off this push just a little bit longer, trying to run down the clock as much as they can. But here comes the push now from Maynooth. 4 players out mid. Molotov out in tin through the smoke. Doesn't find the initial kill onto Fanny, but good ground gain so far. Find the kill onto Fanny. He goes down. Silas Unicorn, good kill from him, but they're smoked off. And It's Me could prove a thorn on their side. They're going to try to split onto B. It's Me, great hold there. 2 fast kills for him, and that's Boobier left now in a 1 versus 4. Doesn't have the bomb on his back either, which is going to make this clutch should he try to attempt it that much more difficult, but I think he's just going to try and save the rifle even easier. But It's Me waiting there, takes the head off him, and another very convincing round from the Trinity side.
Yeah, and then another observation that it seems like Maynooth are kind of hesitant in the beginning of the round to make any kind of decisive plays, and we saw there 35 seconds left on the clock when they decided to make their push, and I'm not sure whether it was the call from the IGL or whether there was a little bit of indecisiveness, but they kind of decided to split to B when they saw that B site would have been a little bit more open, didn't have the time to do it, and It's Me just shut it down. But this round now, looks like Maynooth are going to head towards apartments, bringing the bomb with them this time. And a much more aggressive play here. It's Me and God of Fire have pushed all the way down Banana, so they're providing a lot of information for their team. And the remaining CT side players over towards the A side have got to know something is amiss. They are only going to be dealing with pistols, only P250s and the Deagle on the Silas Unicorn, but still we know how strong these pistols can be. But it looks like Trinity are just going to mow them down, coming outside a balcony, and that's going to be 4 rounds going over to Trinity.
Ekip and Beast from the East, that insane A-hold again. Completely shutting down any sort of push from Maynooth there, and they were just, I think, a little bit too slow there. There was a lot of players stalling on the balcony. We saw the first 2 try and jump, but after that they were kind of shook almost. They started focusing on the players and lost out to the rifles, but a very, very good A-side hold there from the Trinity side. So 4-2 now for them. Maynooth though once again on the buy. Hero picking up the AWP. He's going to be looking towards mid with that. Good damage dealt down onto Zerfer. He loses 30 HP for his troubles, and another one. He's burning them all. He nearly goes down there. Ultimately, actually, it was a Trinity smoke that saved him, but God of Fire is going to find the kill anyway. Easy frag there for him. Straight away 5 versus 4 now, and Trinity finding these early frags in the buy rounds is really helping them out, giving them a 5 versus 4 straight away. It's something Maynooth need to try and sort out, I think, if they want to have a better chance when they're taking these sites, because they're losing the numbers game at the moment. As it stands though, looks like it is going to be a B hit from the Maynooth side. 3 players on banana. Bomb still towards T-ramp. On the back of her row with the op. Phoenix Unicorn pushed up now to that left-hand corner. And CT smoke comes in, and should see her rotate now. Yeah, here comes Fanny rotating through CT, but could be too little too late. Phoenix Unicorn, great angle there from him. He's not expecting the second player to be on second oranges. It's me, he finds the trade. He's going to go down to tin, and now that's the B site falling to Maynooth. Need to get the bomb down, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Haro planting that. 3 versus 3 now, still a very, very doable retake for a Cowboy gang. But Shanice finding that first kill. On to Boobier. And now it's left to Hero and Tin. I'll find the first going to find it, but Ekip is there with the fast trade, and Hero now with the op. Gonna find the first kill on the Ekip. A bit of a whiff there from Beast in the East. Had Hero been a little bit faster, that round could have gone very, very differently indeed. But as it is, Trinity able to close it out, and well, Cardinal an awful lot closer there than previous Bayerns we've seen, but nonetheless goes the way of Trinity.
Definitely, and I think you'll agree that Maynooth are going to be a little bit disappointed with that one. They managed to come from the man down, the 4 versus 5. They actually get themselves onto the bomb site. We saw a great entry from Maynooth onto the site, but unfortunately got shot in the back. He wasn't expecting the second player, and I think they're going to be a little bit disappointed now that didn't convert that one into a third round. It was kind of on a plate for them, and we see Trinity, especially with their utility usage as well, they're coming straight back into these rounds, even when it looks like they're down and out. But that's going to be yet another early round open and frag there from Trinity. Beast from the East pushing all the way out of apartments. And Maynooth, they've got to cover their angles. If they're not going to make these decisive decisions in the beginning of the rounds, if they're not going to push and use their utility, they've got to be careful for these pushes from the CTs, because it's clear that they don't have any issue doing them. Now, over on the A site, 3-man stack, and we've got Fanny covering off that archway. He's going to be peeking out, trying to find a little bit of information. But yet again, down a man, 4 versus 5. T's are putting themselves in a little bit of a tricky situation here.
Yeah, and like I said, it's those early picks again going in the favour of Trinity that are winning these rounds. I think they're able to just sit back and play the trades. Ekip Zerfer there again by himself, no trade potential whatsoever, peeking out into that boiler area. He gets punished for it. 5 versus 3. Playing more like a team. Spray through the smoke there. See this Unicorn finding Ekip.
20 seconds left on the clock now. It's not looking great for Maynooth. They're going to have to make some sort of move onto this bomb site. But Beast from the East finds 1 and 2. He's going to fall down into pit. Gets traded out by Boobier, but they're 1 on 3, and Fanny's going to pick that up. Yet again, leaving themselves only a couple of seconds in the round before they start to move onto the bomb site and make some sort of execute. It's just not going in their favour, unfortunately. Coming into round number 9. 6-2 to Trinity. And Maynooth, since that pistol round, haven't been able to convert anything now. This is 6 rounds on the trot. Trinity, after picking up, the frags are coming out onto the top of Banana. And Fanny's going to drop very low. He's actually going to fall to those frag grenades. And now we might actually see the fast hit. Silius Unicorn picking up a frag through his own teammate. And decides not to plant the bomb, or bomb is going to go down. He's now in a retake position. Only 1 WAP and 1 rifle, but it looks like Trinity are going to go down, and that's going to be round 3 for Maynooth. Very interesting. Yeah.
Very
Interesting round to win.
Yeah, that early nade stack on the top of Banana really helped them out there. Gave them a rifle to work with, and good deagle headshot from Silas Unicorn as well to open up that B site, and not one of them went down that round. Trinity falling apart a little bit, but I mean the economy for them isn't exactly weak, so they're able to fully invest once again into this round. An AWP on God of Fire and 4 rifles, full util as well. Hoping to recover from that previous somewhat of an embarrassment almost. Nonetheless, Maynooth just kind of electing to default again, playing things very slowly. 3 players on Banana, sorry. So they might be hoping to work that B side of the map again. Did work very well for them last round. But there were 3 players, and now Fanny rotating off onto the A side, which is could be the wrong decision here. Gotta fire. Gonna make the initial contact. He's actually gonna smoke it off. Good call from him. He's gonna see the arm and take the shot and picks him off. Good early frag for him, and Maynooth couldn't really push through that smoke there. He knew there was likely to be another player on the B side. Didn't really want to push through, and that gives Trinity time to rotate 3 players now over to the B side of the map. Only Ekip left on the A side, and he's going to be find the first kill, and Beast from East chiming in as well, but Hero finds one onto It's Me in the meantime. MU now. Bomb is going to go down. 2 players though from the Trinity side. Maybe it does punish that pick, and Tin's going to find Ekip, and now it's alone, and going to find the first one. Both before he can find the second, and take the head off of him and finish out the round.
Gets a little bit sketchy there towards the end of the round. Thankfully, Tin is able to come around and give him a little hand. He was lucky that the CT actually did run out of bullets, which is unfortunate.
1
but
or 2 more bullets there, and all of a sudden we're into 1 versus 1, which is an entirely different kettle of fish. But as we are, 6-4 in the favour of the Trinity side.
So Ferex, 11 rounds in, we've gotten a bit of an impression now from both sides. Do you feel like they're still feeling each other out, or?
I mean, Maynooth definitely making a game. Perhaps should have given them a little bit more credit, but 3 quick kills there from Maynooth. Definitely there. Than I gave him at the start of this game. Yeah. He's still in the lead. This could be another round for Maynooth now. Looks like it is going to be. We keep electing to just hold back in CT for now, maybe try and catch any over-aggression from the Maynooth side, but they're not willing to give up anything, just sitting back on site right now. But yeah, absolutely Cardinal. I think Maynooth have started to get the measure of Trinity and how they're playing this now. Fanny is being that rotating player. He rotates very fast between those sites. So it's sort of almost a 2-1-2, if you want to think about it that way. They have 2 A anchors and 2 B anchors, and Fanny's there with that fast rotate to help side pushes.
Yeah, it's an interesting tactic, and we see Fanny swapping between bomb sites. Obviously we can't hear the communication between the players, but there must be some call coming in for him to keep rotating back and forth. But it seems like it is a little bit of a gamble whether or not they're going to walk into a 3-stack or a 2-stack, and for all we know, Maynooth could be figuring that out. They could be slowly piecing it together. They seem to be a lot more decisive in these last couple of rounds. As we can see, they've almost evened up the scoreline, but coming into round 12 now. Single up on the side of the T's, and Trinity not actually having the bank to be able to bankroll their AWP player anymore, so they've been downgraded to 2 FAMASs and 1 UMP, which is not ideal, but we've seen what some of them can do even still. And this is going to be a little bit of a slow round now. As we can see, Trinity have spread out. Got a bit of a default setup from both sides here, just trying to establish a little bit of map control. Silliest Unicorn is going to entry out onto this A site, getting some information first team, but Ekip is just around the corner. Little does he know, and he peeks out in a beautiful headshot there, even clipping through the corner of the wall. Yet again, we see another early round frag going the way of Trinity. And now Maynooth have got a little bit of a mountain to climb in this round. Beast from the east, holding this balcony here. He's about to run into Zephyr. Takes the head off him. He's going to go out for a second kill, and Hero falls now. And with this limited buy, Trinity have actually managed to bring it down to a 5-on-2. It's looking very unlikely for Maynooth here to pull this back. Ekip finds another frag. That's going to be his second of the half. God of Fire's running out with that UMP. He's going to drop the bomb, and the last player with that as well. So I do think, Ferex, I think Maynooth are going to be a little bit disappointed if they could see what the CT side had going into that round. They might be a little bit disappointed there to actually not convert that and even up the scoreline.
Yeah, another very, very convincing round from Trinity, and like you pointed out, it's those early round frags that are really sealing these rounds for Trinity, I think, because they can afford to just sit back and play the numbers game and wait for these side pushes to come. And sees the head of the player as he jump spots over the wall, but no frag for him. He's going to fall back onto side. But there are 3 Trinity players here. Gotta fire Fanny, and it's me to hold off this push. But Maynooth, after that initial aggression, are going to fall back.
Look at that stack from Trinity, actually. Both Beast from the East and Ekip, I believe, have pushed all the way down to top of the stairs and apartments. They've left mid completely open. And I know God of Fire could rotate across. He's quite close to that archway area if he wanted to scout for the push, but obviously Maynooth don't know what the setup is here, and Trinity are confident that they can retake that bomb site if that was to happen. It's me finding a nice frag though, and yet again we see the opening frag going across to Trinity. Boo Bear's gonna fall. Fanny holding his ground even though he gets flashed out. God of Fire's on that boost position. We know how deadly this can be, and it doesn't look like they're gonna check it. He's gonna find one frag, finds 2, but gets traded out. Nice shot by Hero there. Finds a second frag of the round. He takes down Fanny, and it's me tapping away with the 5-7. Is he gonna whiff? No. Manages to find it. Hero there.
That was a little bit chaotic there, that B-take from Maynooth. Very, very messy, I think. They did manage to find 2 frags, but Hero finishing out the round with the 5-7 of all weapons. A little bit of a whiff there, but nonetheless, another round. 4 to the Trinity side. And
Round number 14 now. 8-5.
coming to the end of this half, it certainly seems like, well, it feels like Trinity are winning by a much larger margin than they are, at least for me. I've noticed them, I feel like they're winning by a larger margin at least, but nonetheless, 5 rounds for Maynooth. Not bad, all things considered. Can be a little bit of a CT-sided map.
Fanny taking up this very aggressive position actually on Banana. I think he's expecting the eco, and considering he's only got the new MP5, he wants to hold us close angles, but Maynooth don't know it, but they're walking into a 4-man stack on this A site. Beast from the East from that pit position. It's his favourite position on the map. God of Fire is going to help him out, and that's going to be 9-5 going over the Trinity.
And they seem to have some sort of read there, I think. 4 men on the A site. They were expecting a rush. They have a very good read on this Maynooth side at the moment, and how they're playing these things. They are expecting an eco, I think. A very, very good play from them. A very good call. Stack that A side, but God of Fire picking up the Scar 20 and finding what they're just having a little bit of fun now, I think. Very, very confident at the moment. Maynooth, if they win out this round, 6-9 is not a bad half on T-side Inferno, all things considered.
Absolutely not, and confident now that they won the pistol round on T-side. I hope they'll be confident picking it up on the CT side as well. That would get them right back into the game now, and we'd have a right match in our hands, but with that Scar and that AWP, they got to be careful. They don't just blindly walk into that, because we all know how devastating it can be, and Trinity have been notorious for picking up these opening frags, but it looks like the execute is going to come onto the B site. Now, will they fake it out and head back towards A, expecting the rotate? Or are we going to see them go onto the site? Smokes and nades are coming out. It looks like it's going to be a B hit. Fanny's going to walk right in with that P90. Deals a little bit of damage, but not enough to take him down. And the AD spam coming in. He's going to get dropped. When he manages to find the first frag, Tin. He's watching for the rotate. And Hero now desperately trying to get this bomb down.
Spamming through the smoke. Quick trade there. You can find Hero with the trade, and he finds a second as well onto It's Me. Tech 9. He's gonna find the kill on 10 meanwhile friends from the beach from the east, and it's just got a fire left now on the 1 versus 2. Good flash there by Zerford to close out the round and a half. So, like we said, it's 9-6, not a bad halftime scoreline at all things considered.
No, definitely not. 9-6 going on to the CT side. I think Maynooth will be quietly confident in their performance there on that T side half. I know it was a little bit shaky towards the beginning. They did drop a couple of rounds to Trinity, but again, they were. I think it took them a little while to kind of settle into the map, you know, figure out what Trinity's tactics were, and I think they started to kind of exploit that early round aggression from Trinity. They definitely kind of started to be a little bit more decisive at the beginning of the rounds, but at the same time, we do have to still talk about Trinity 9-6 on CT side of Inferno. Great performance from Ekip and the Beast from the East, respectively. Beast from the East actually hitting 114 ADR for that half there, which is very impressive coming from that pit position.
Yeah, so second half, Trinity did call a timeout, so they could be getting some funky strats going here on this T side, this pistol strat. But yeah, if Maynooth, you know, win this pistol and manage to hold off the following eco from Trinity, all of a sudden 9-8, they win one gun round and hold off the eco again. All of a sudden they're winning this match, but looks like we're ready to start the second half now. The pause is over, so let's take a look at the buys that we have here. Tin picking up the diffuser for Maynooth. 4 sets of armor and 5 sets of armor actually for the Trinity side, so looks like a similar play to what Maynooth were going for. 4 players towards the AF side of the map.
Trinity getting very aggressive here mid. Got a fire, is going to actually find a frag onto Hero. And Hero, there was no real need for him to die there. He'd found the information for his team. He'd let them know they were coming up mid and still opts to take that duel. And B site now is very, very open. Only Boobier here to hold this off from B's position. He's going to actually fall without finding the frag, and now bomb site is completely taken over by Trinity players, and Surfer manages to actually stop the bomb from going down. Now that could be a very key frag here. He's bought his teammates some time to get across, but they've got a huge retake situation already. Beast in the East gets the bomb down.
Gotta fire get his position when he's swinging it early on.
That's very unfortunate.
No such luck. Surfer takes him out, denying any disrespect, but Ekip is there to close it out. Luckily for him. So Trinity with a fast play, initially up towards AFs, but then electing to turn around and go back towards the B side of the map. Wins them the round. But 4 Mach 10, so possibly another fast play coming out.
And I think it was actually, I could be wrong now, Ferrex, remind me if I'm mistaken, but I think it was actually Big that coined this tactic on Inferno specifically with the Mach 10s and their Molotovs coming up banana, am I right?
I actually wouldn't know, believe it or not. I don't follow the pro scene that closely now. I'd watch the majors, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's an interesting tactic because you can take so many close angles coming up banana and force people out very easily with those Molotovs once you can line them up. So I'm going to be very excited for this round.
Now. I watched a few Alma Putty videos about it. Yeah.
I'm sure someone in chat will correct me anyway if I'm wrong, but
yeah, but here we go. Pushing into the Beast from the East with the 2-man Mach 10 spray down, gonna open up this site. Heroines are for now 2 versus 4, and you have to feel this round is done and dusted.
Very ambitious spray there, but It's Me finds both. Oh my word.
Great spray down from him there. So the Mach 10's really being put to work there, and that's good money in the bank for Trinity as well. That SMG bonus really going to come in handy. See, It's Me there sitting now on 5,200. Great money for him. But that being said, Boober picking up the AUG. So 5 rifles for Maynooth Crusaders at the moment. Now we haven't seen any aggressive mid peaks so far in this game. Trinity weren't really a big fan of it. We never saw anybody go for that mid pick. They were happy enough now. That being said, they still did get the first kill into every round anyway, even without going for that pick. But nevertheless, looks like just feeling out the B-side right now, trying to figure out how these players are playing. Each one of these slowly making his way up, clearing the respective angles. Tin holding from that coffin's area, but he's not going to give him anything. And it looks like Maynooth are going to go back. Trinity are going to go back. Ekip making his way up mid, bit by bit, and It's Me is fully cleared apartment, so they don't need to worry about that angle at all. But it is Zerfer here, holding in towards the boiler and middle area of the map. Should be the one to make the initial contact here. Seeing this unicorn holding on the balcony, and looks like here comes the take. First kill going in favor of. And he's able to trade his head off, and now that's the A side fall. Catch off Trinity, but no, so bomb is gonna go down. There for Ekip to hold. He's gonna take off the head of her as he tries to cross. And Beast from these meanwhile is gonna find Tin, and that just leaves Boober on the wrong side of the map, really. Very slow on the rotate. Log in hand. Will he make an attempt here to try and clutch this out? Doesn't even have a kid and no util either, so might just try and play for exits. But Trinity, yeah, some fast aggression onto that A site. A few smokes down and off they go. And the new players in the A site fall to them, and it's going to be another round for them. 12-6 now, double wins.
Yeah, and I think Maynooth were hoping to trade a few more kills out there when Trinity started executing onto the A site. I thought for a moment at the early stages of that round that Trinity were actually gonna, commit to that hit onto the B site, but I thought they were gonna exploit the fact that Maynooth seemed to be hanging on to their A site rotator for very long into the round, especially when all this utility starts coming out, employing a little bit of a different tactic compared to Trinity when they were on the CT side, but doesn't work out for them in that round, and it's going to be 12th round going over to Trinity. And now we see a little bit of a more casual spread here from Trinity. Hero is actually going to tag up his own teammate there, I think.
Team damage there. I think he got a little bit of a shock by Zerfer coming out of boiler, but takes him down to 55 HP. A little bit up, but 3 men on the 8 side here right now. There were 4, but Zerfer has come back towards B. Beast from East is making his way up again. He's sort of playing this B lurk while the rest of his team is towards the A side of the map. He kept going to throw a smoke, but It's Me does manage to find the kill. He the smoke. Fire finds one as well, and It's Me finds a second on Turo, and now it's just Boober. Did manage to bring that AUG into this round, but he's on the wrong side of the map. He's not going to be able to make anything of it. So just Zerfer and him left alive now in a 2 versus 5. Bomb does go down on the A site. And once again, Trinity just kind of rolling over Maynooth now. Admittedly they were on an eco that round, but nonetheless not even a single player going down. Very, very convincing stuff from them so far on this T side.
And now my question for you now, Ferex, is going to be, this is going to be a 13th round going over to Trinity. Now, if you were on the side of Maynooth Crusaders here, are you going to push to get yourself back into the game and string a few rounds together, or are they going to try and build up their economy, let it go to a 14th round to Trinity, and then give themselves the 10 rounds in a row to just bring it back, or 9 rounds in a row I should say, even just to bring it back or win? It's a tough call. It is definitely a tough call.
It is, but they do have the money to buy into this round, so they are gonna go for that.
Okay, just all coming out on Hero as well.
Take a look at the scoreboard. Ekip sitting comfortably at the top. He's on 22 kills. Very good show from him, and Zerfer leading the way from Maynooth University. He's on 12, but not a single one of the Maynooth players is positive. Boober finding that fast kill with the AUG onto Fanny, who was playing a little bit aggressively on Banana. He's going to get punished, and good nade damage onto Beast from the East as well, so Maynooth definitely give themselves a fighting chance in this round. 2 players here in Banana. Ekip taking the head off the other end. Looking for the second, not going to find the Tin, just dodges that bullet. But he's alone now on this B site, and 2 kills for Maynooth on this A side of the map surely means that Trinity are going to try go towards B, but no, they're actually, Ekip making his way up mid. Could be a smart call actually, because Zerfer's heading over to B to support Tin, who's currently sitting there by himself. Harrow takes out Ekip as he makes his way up, and now it's Beast from these. So Maynooth, this buy has worked out for them actually, and nice Beast from these can pull something out of the bag here, but doesn't seem very likely. I'll flash myself out. Just need to catch Hero.
Hero's having absolutely none of that. He would have had to go absolutely nuclear there to 1v4 that round and bring it to 14 rounds, but Maynooth managed to pick themselves up a round, yeah.
Maynooth hanging on, just about hanging on. And that being said, Trinity's economy more than good enough to buy into this round. 5 AKs for them. Pretty common thing. We don't see an awful lot of ops on the CT side and Inferno. Or on the T side, sorry, and Inferno. But Molotovs, very good usage there from Maynooth, and that's something that they definitely needed to get a hold on, because losing all the rounds on the CT side.
10 has been dropped very low, just 11 HP to play with, but finds one, can't get the second. Ekip trades him out. And we're back to all evens. 4 mana apiece. More utility is going to be used towards this B bomb site, but it looks like it's all going to be for naught, and they're going to head back towards mid now. Faye coming out, but Zerfer in a great position manages to find Beast and Beast in Boiler. And now with the man advantage, they're just going to fall back and play this one passively. Both players still actually on the B site there. We see Hero and Boobier haven't rotated yet, but it looks like Hero's going to make a move. Got a fire. Beautiful kill onto the Silius Unicorn. Oh my god.
What a flick from him. Opening up the A site.
He's going to be happy with that one. Now the bomb is down. 2 on 3, and T's can take up their position here wherever they so please. But are they going to account for Zerfer coming from balcony? He's going to be waiting for his teammates to get in position. They're going to hit this site together. Gives themselves a fighting chance now. Hero trying to find a pick with the AWP. Got a fire. Has managed to actually avoid Zerfer altogether. Fanny finds the first frag. He's on the lines up. Oh no, you hate to see it. Not like this.
Poor Maynooth. Fanny, really good spray down there. A little bit of spray control to close out that round, and Maynooth completely denied there. Fanny, 3 fast kills. Nothing Maynooth could have done.
Very disappointing. Alright, now Maynooth had that one in the palm of their hand and they let it slip away. Thought that was going to be the 8th round for them, but huge amount of nades coming up Banana here. And Trinity are going to be confident going into this round. It's only limited buy on the side of Maynooth, but second one in the round from him. He's going to open up this B site, and now we're down into a 4 versus 3, but Beast in the East on 8 HP and Godfire not faring much better himself, so this retake is still very doable for the Maynooth side. And they're definitely going to try and go for it because they want this win. They don't want to play for the draw, they don't want to play for overtime, so here we go. 6 Unicorn, Godfire though. Let's run with the trade. Oof. 2 versus 3. Spray down, all the spray downs coming in from Trinity side right now. 15th round for Trinity. I have to feel that could well be game, set, match here, because look at the economy from Maynooth. Really not strong at all. Not even enough for a single rifle. No, and when we look at the scoreboard, we can even see Ekip and Beast and these together have almost as much frags as the entire Maynooth side, so they're definitely sticking their teammates on their back this game, and everyone else, got a fire and Fanny, it's me, they've been contributing what they can, but these two in particular have just been out of this world in this map. And Silliest Unicorn actually though takes down, oh! Just when we thought Maynooth were out of the game, they're right back into it. Yeah, very interesting push there from the Maynooth side. They managed to get those SMGs into a advantageous position, nice and up close, just to where they want them, but kind of scratching my head here as to what Trinity were going to accomplish there. It was very strange. They didn't actually use any utility really, and very kind of uncharacteristic round from them. But
overconfident perhaps. Kind
yeah,
of maybe
possibly.
The game was done and dusted, but Maynooth going to punish them for that, and they have decent weaponry coming into this round, an AK and up, and 2 M4s and an AUG actually, but Hero gonna take the first contact here, maybe with a kill onto Beast from the East and fall back straight away. Good initial frag from him, and straight away we're down into a 4 versus 5. Only 2 more players on banana. They're gonna boost over here. Ekip gonna see if he can find anything, but nobody from Maynooth there to reward him for his efforts. Gonna take the first in a row, but that was way too fast for him. Second frag from him, and Trinity now just kind of going one by one. They're taking these duels with no trade potential at all. They're just dry peeking, and classic case of overconfidence, I think. And Silas Unicorn really gets a second on the God of Fire, but he takes him out, but down to 22 HP, and Fanny left in the 1 versus 4 is gonna catch Tin on the flank. Spraying through that smoke. Not gonna get anything. 48 HP. Does have the bomb on his back. But Surfer close behind him. Knows he's in the apps area. And Booger awaits now. Outside apps for this push from Fanny. Will he check this angle? If he does, he has the potential. He has the but he's looking the wrong way at the wrong time, and Boober gonna take him down. 15 to 9 now. Maynooth's starting to make a little bit of a game of it, I think.
Definitely have to agree with you on that one, and Boobier holding a great angle there, just far back enough that Trinity player didn't actually see him coming out, but I think Trinity have got to be careful on this one, or Maynooth could string enough rounds together to put them under a lot of pressure, you know. They've still got 5 rounds to go. 5-6 rounds to go.
And very weak
But,
by here from them as well.
yeah, definitely.
2 pistols. Next to no util, but that nade damage gonna prove huge. Taking down Beast from the East. Only 5 points of damage dealt onto Silas Unicorn. Looks like we are gonna see the B hit here. Ekip taking that first peek. Tin now peeking up West Conference area. Not gonna find anything. It's still low. 23 HP for him. Trinity running back down banana now. It's the right call in this situation. There's only 2 players on the A site, and they're both sitting towards the app side, but Trinity now slowing things down. Gonna try and regain some map control, I think, before they figure out what they want to do with this round. Still a minute left. They're gonna go ahead and push into this one. Rewarded for his efforts. Finds a kill on Deserfer, and it's me meanwhile trading out Silas Unicorn, taking down Fanny, and now at 3 versus 3, but very, very low HP. Hero though. Gonna find that frag. God of Fire is there with the trade, and 2 versus 2, but Boobier takes out Ekip, and it's just God of Fire left. On 1 versus 2, 23 HP. Just pick up the bomb. At least get a bit of money here for the Trinity side, which they desperately need. Safe but Tin too fast. Gonna take him down. He's getting a little bit
Maynooth
antsy.
managed to keep themselves in it for another round.
10 to 15 now, and Trinity, I think, might have to eco this one. They're gonna have a very weak buy if they do buy. Yeah, they should eco this, I think. Fanny might drop some pistols, perhaps. He's gonna pick up an R8 and caught a fire, actually. No, they're gonna force into this one again. They're just kind of
Wow.
trying to play around at this point, I think. Because they really don't have... Look at the U2, only some smokes and flashes. Really
Yeah, they haven't got those Molotovs to force the CTs out of position, so this is going to be an interesting round.
Yeah, they're really trying to... They're just trying to force it out, win it out, I think. And sooner or later they need to wake up and realise that they're going to need more than 8 if they want to win this match. A lot of presence up here towards the A side. Hero going to take that initial contact. Doesn't go down. Good, decent amount of damage dealt to him now. He's down to 44 HP. A little bit of util used up. But all 5 players are here. Map their own position. 2 before Fanny finally takes him down. 3 versus 4, got a fire. Finding Zerfer trying to push him out of smoke. And now all of a sudden, Tony Hero finds the first frag onto It's Me. This is the second shot, unluckily for him. God of Fire takes him down now, 2 versus 2. Gets caught out by God of Fire. Very aggressive peek there from him, but very, very well done. That's 10 now. And this could be it for Maynooth, unless 10 can find this. God of Fire is low, but they seem to know... Or they don't seem to know. God of Fire! Great, great round from him. 3 frags there, I think, in the end to close the game out for Trinity. 16 to 10. And I have to admit, Maynooth made more of a game of it than I thought they would. Finding 10 rounds, a majority of them coming from their T side. Actually, no, the side, they were pretty evenly split, but Trinity in the end too strong, closing it out. Fairly entertaining game.
Definitely, have to agree. Definitely, it was interesting to see how Maynooth did manage to kind of pull it back in the last couple of rounds. They were unfortunate there towards the end that, you know, a couple of trades and a couple of duels didn't go their way. I think it's fair to say that they probably Trinity got a little bit hot under the collar. I think towards the end there when they were on the cusp of winning, but just couldn't find those key frags to get themselves that 16th round. But in the end, it is going to be Trinity Ekip leading the way with 27 frags. They're going to take the W home on Inferno.
Yeah, fairly entertaining game for sure. Trinity, I feel if they kept forcing those guns, they just kind of kept forcing up as much as they could every round and hoping their aim would be enough to tide them over. And eventually it was, but had the kills gone the way of Maynooth, it could have been a very different story altogether. But as it is, 16 to 10, so Trinity with their second win, and Maynooth, unfortunately for them, with their second loss in this series so far. But I think that's all from us for now. So from myself and from Cardinal, thank you very much for tuning in.
Thank you very much, Ferrex, as well.
Yeah,
Hope you enjoyed the game. Hope everyone watching enjoyed the game.
Yeah.
And just before we go, I would like to thank our sponsor, Marvin.ie, the #1 delivery service for esports professionals.
Yeah, truly a great service is Marvin.ie, so definitely give that a look if you want. But from us and from everybody else, and actually I'm terribly sorry if there was any poor production quality. I'm a little bit ad hoc at the moment with my setup, but hopefully for the next game we'll get it fixed for you. But from myself and from Cardinal, for now, thank you very, very much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next game.
Good night.
Good night.